Hi there and welcome to another Hobbytime at Healys video. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Today, if you haven't already seen from the thumbnail, we are opening up 5 packs of this Thrones of Eldraine. We've got hold of a few of these packs, so I'm going to open up and see if I can get anything good out of it. Basically what I'll do is I'm going to dive straight on in. So let's check out and see what I get. So, got 5 packs here, and so I've not really seen much from this set or opened it up. So it is going to be a case of seeing what I get. Hopefully I'll get a couple of Mythics, some good Planeswalkers, and obviously checking out these new kind of spellbook-esque style art cards. I'll spend a little bit of time reading through some of the commons, and then when we get to the others, we'll get through. So let's crack on. So first up is we have Blow Your House Down. So up to three target creatures can't block this turn and destroy any of our walls. Okay, so this is all sort of fairy tale themed. That's obviously based around the 3 little pigs. Signpost Scarecrow, the standard sort of, add mana of any colour. Artifact, Moonlit Scavengers, Tall as a Beanstalk. So I am liking the artwork on these, if you guys can see there. That is a really nice sort of artwork on these cards. Raging Redcap, Outflank, Foul the Pheasant, Charmed Sleep, the Forbidden Fruit. Okay, that's quite cool. And let's have a look here. So we've got Ogre Errant, Into the Story. So we get into the uncommons now. Wonder Mare. Whenever you cast a creature spell that has an adventure, put a +1/+1 counter on Wonder Mare. Okay, that's quite handy. Oh, and let's have a look here. All the Glitters. And my rare is Giant Killer. So it has one of the adventures on down here, and obviously the standard effects. So it's a human peasant creature. It's 1 cost, and it is so you can tap it and pay 1 and a plains to tap a target creature. That's quite handy. Chop down, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. That's quite handy. Then exile this card. You may cast the creature later from exile. That's quite handy. And I can see that coming up in a sort of quite a low cost to pop out, and quite handy against any big beaters that are on the field. A Swamp, and a Goat token. Again, the Goat with the shoe. But no, I do like these artworks, the more dedicated artwork they're spending now on the tokens, which is quite cool. Let's dive into the next pack. And so, let's see what we've got here. So, Festive Funeral, Prized Griffin, Rosethorn Hellbeard, it has a green artifact, Signpost Scarecrow, Garenbrick Squire, Wishful Merfolk, Wicked Guardian, 7 Dwarfs. So that's like similar to the old Typhoid Rats cards or the Persistent Petitioners and those, that you can have more of these in your deck, and obviously up to 7. That's kind of funny. I like that. Flutter Fox, Out Muscle. Ooh, another adventure card. Animating Fairy. Target non-creature artifact you control becomes a 0/0 artifact creature and put 4 +1/+1 counters on it. It's quite handy, and a little low cost there with flying. Lucky Clover. Whenever you cast an adventure, instant, or sorcery spell, copy it. You may then choose new targets for the copy. That's quite handy, I like that. And Drown in the Lock. Choose 1. Counter target spell with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in the controller's graveyard. Or destroy target creature with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in its controller's graveyard. Again, quite handy. I like the whole blue-black. It's not just straight up countering, it has the destroying that the black often has. And a rare, Piper of the Swarm. Rats you control have menace. Create a 1/1 black creature token for 2 and tapping it. And for 4 and tap it, sacrifice 3 rats and gain control of a target creature. That's quite nice, actually, the whole getting control of them. And I do like the whole, if it has ears, it will dance to my tune, like the whole Pied Piper from the old tales. A forest, a token is a human. Kind of that actually, almost, if she was in a blue dress, that would remind me of the Belle from Beauty and the Beast, with the obviously the fruit in the basket dancing through the town, being rude to bakers, as she does in the movie. So, pack number 3, let's see what we got, shall we? So another tall as a beanstalk. Golden Egg. Witch's Cottage. That's a nice land. Beloved Princess. Lash of Thorns. Ogre Errant. True Love's Kiss. Elf Muscle. The Witching Well. Forbidding Fruit. Slaying Fire, so deals 3 damage to any target, and Adamant, if at least 3 red mana was spent to cast a spell, it deals 4 damage instead. It's quite nice. Deafening Silence, each player can't cast more than 1 non-creature spell each turn. That's quite cool. All that, again, giving white more control of your opponent's field. Hypnotic Sprite, so another adventure card. Mesmeric Glare, so for 3 cost, counter target spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, and then you get to exile the card as well, and you can cast it later from exile also. And a flying 2/1. Ooh, and a legendary creature, Gadwick the Wizard. So X and 3 islands. Let's get a closer look on this guy. And when Gadwick the Wizard enters the battlefield, draw X cards. Nice, obviously depending how many you cast and what you can draw. And whenever you cast a blue spell, tap and target non-land permanent an opponent controls. And it's a 3/3, so it's relatively tough actually for a blue creature there. Nice legendary creature. Shame it's only blue, otherwise you could actually have a little bit of fun with that in a commander format, obviously with it being legendary. But nice though, I do like that card. And a mountain. And obviously no table required for Magic Arena. Right. Let's move on now to the penultimate pack. Let's hope here. Still no Planeswalkers, no Mythics either. Hopefully I've not got a dud pack, a dud set, so fingers crossed I can get some. I do have a few more packs laying around, so if we don't pull any Mythics, I might open up a few more whilst we're doing this video. So, Knight of the Keep, Forever Young, Thrill of Possibility, So Tiny, Lockwayne Paladin. That's a cool looking card. Check out that artwork. That is nice looking. Let's get a bit of focus on that. That is nice. I do like that artwork. That's a funky looking card. And it reminds me of the any Yu-Gi-Oh players out there. It reminds me of like a female sort of Gaia the Fierce Knight. Just looks kind of cool there. And Weaselback Redcap. True Love's Kiss again. Sporecap Spider. Steel Gaze Griffin. Ooh, and so another knight here, which has got an adventure on it. And this is Alter Fate. So for 2 cost, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Then exile this card and you can cast it later. Handy. Flying Order of Midnight Card Block. Mythical Dispute. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a blue spell. Counter target spell unless its controller plays 3. So a nice blue control card there. And if you obviously, if it's targeting another blue, it's only going to cost you 1. Kind of handy in those blue on blue times. Spinning Wheel. Add 1 mana of any colour and then tap target creature. So pretty standard sort of add mana artifact. And the Midnight Clock. So this is 3 cost. Let's get a bit closer there. And then you can tap it to add a island to your mana pool. Or for 2 and an island, put an hour counter on the Midnight Clock. At the beginning of each upkeep, put an hour counter on Midnight Clock. When the 12th hour counter is put on Midnight Clock, shuffle your hand and your graveyard into your library, then draw 7 cards and exile it. That's quite cool. That's like a reset style card, which I really like actually. That's quite interesting. I might have a bit of fun with that. That could be quite good, especially if you've got somebody milling you and you're just sort of getting hit. So yeah, no, I do quite like that actually. That's really nice. It reminds me again a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh card, Clock Tower Prism. Obviously when they add the clock counters on it, stuff happens. So I do like this kind of look. We have then a mountain. Ooh, and we have a foil golden egg. Shame it's only a common. Ooh, that foiling is nice though. Hopefully you guys can see that on the camera. Ooh. So the egg itself, some of the flowers have got a nice different foil to it. So when the light hits it, you can see it. And this is when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, sacrifice it to add 1 mana of any colour, or sacrifice it to gain 3 life. That's nice there in foil. And a boar token, with more of these food tokens here. So, and now still no mythic. Fingers crossed, the final pack, we will get one in it. So, let's hope for something good in here. And let's have a look. So, I mean, I want you guys as well. I've got to admit, is let me know in the comments what you think is your favourite pull so far from your Thrones of Eldraine packs. So let's get back to it, shall we? So, Ginger Brute, that is like an evil gingerbread man. Like, I like the idea that that's the guy from Shrek who's just snapped and finally gone after the baker. Scalding Cauldron. Rimrock Knight, so another adventure card. He gets +2/+2 till the end of the turn, or a target creature does. Crashing Drawbridge. Embereth Paladin. Arden Vale Tactician, so another adventure card here. Tap up to 2 target creatures. And yeah, it's pretty nice actually. Insatiable Appetite. Didn't Say Please. Giant Skewer. Searing Barrage. And another legendary creature. This one's an uncommon. And it's Sakara the Bold. Whenever Sakara the Bold or an instant or sorcery spell you control deals damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play the card this turn, and you can tap it to deal damage to any target. That's kind of nice. Covetous Urge. This is one of the blue-black hybrid cards. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from that. Choose a non-land card from that player's graveyard or hand and exile it. You may cast the card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any colour to cast that spell. That's quite handy. So they also, a lot of the time when you exile stuff from your opponent's deck or library or whatever, or graveyard, you can't cast it because it's different colour. That actually gets around that. That's quite nice. And another legendary creature, Sir Conrad the Grim. Whenever another creature dies, or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your grave, Sir Conrad the Grim deals the damage to each opponent. Again, that's quite nice, that card. Not amazing, but quite nice. I can see a few nifty little combos with that. Each player puts the top card of their library into their graveyard for 2 cost, and you don't have to tap it. And finally, the rare is Stormfist Crusader. So it has Menace, it's a 2 cost black-red. And at the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card and loses 1 life. That's kind of nice. An island. And on an adventure. So after an adventure resolves, you can place the exile card here, and you may cast the creature from exile. That's quite nice actually, because you get to put that somewhere, and you can just say, well, this is where it's all going. So that's quite nice. Sadly, no mythics there today. Luckily, I have got a few more packs. So let's keep going with these, and let's fingers crossed I can get hold of a mythic here. So let's have a look. So Mantle of Tides, the Lonesome Unicorn, the Idyllic Grange, Blow Your House Down, so another 3 little pigs on there, Fell the Peasant, Charmed Sleep, the Tempting Witch, the Weaselback Redcap, Fairy Godmother, or Guide Mother, Return to Nature, Giant Opportunity, so you may sacrifice 2 foods. If you do, create a 7/7 green giant creature, otherwise create 3 food tokens. That's quite nice. Epic Downfall, exile target creature with a converted mana cost of 3 or greater. Inspiring Veteran, other knights you control get +1/+1, so that'll go well with the Sir Conrad the Grim and the Sir Kara. The Stone Coil Serpent has reach, trample, and protection from multicolored. It's X casting, and it's an artifact creature snake. Stone Coil Serpent enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, that's quite nice. You can see that there just been a little bit of a wall there. It just sits there, especially with that reach. That's quite handy. And a mountain, and another on adventure. I'm not having much luck with these Thrones of Eldraine packs. Let's crack on and let's see if we can get some more, eh? So, Bloodhaze Wolverine, Dwarven Mine, Henge Walker, Runaway Together, the Lost Legion, Redcap Raiders, Silver Flame Ritual, that is a nice card, Maraleaf Rider, Queen of Ice, again, the artwork on this is nice. This is like Elsa gone bad from Frozen. Maraleaf Pixie, so it's flying, and you get to add either green or blue mana to your mana pool. Into the Story. This spell costs 3 less to cast if an opponent has 7 or more cards in their grave, and draw 4 cards. That's nice, so you can potentially cast that for 4. Another Epic Downfall, and Folio of Fancies. So 2 cost, Players have no maximum hand size. That's nice. So for XX and tap, each player draws X cards. And for 3 and tap, each player puts the number of cards equal to the number of cards in their hand from the top of the library into the grave. So that's like a combo mill card. So you can basically make people have no maximum hand size, give them loads of cards, and then make them mill out of their deck. Again, that's quite a nice one, that is. We have a forest and a foil witching well. Well, that's quite nice, that is. Again, the foiling on these I am enjoying. It is really nice. When the light hits that just little magical spark bit here, that's really pretty. Witching Well enters the battlefield, scry 2. And then sacrifice Witching Well for 4 to draw 2 cards. And then food! Well, hey, it's the first food token, and it is one grumpy looking pie. Rightio. So, 2 more packs. Let's hope I can get something out of these. Let's go with... Yeah, let's go with the dragon guy first. Wow, so... Okay, so the idyllic Grange. Opt. So scry 1 and draw a card. Weapon Rack. Tall as a Beanstalk. Garenbrig Paladin. Tome Raider. Barrow Witches. Barge In. Is that like Shrek gone mad? He's just like, bruh, get out of my swamp. That was just a terrible accent. Shining Armor. Fierce Witch Stalker. And the Elite Headhunter. So that's a 4 cost of either red or black. Menace, so it can't be blocked more than 2 creatures. And for 3, again, red or black, sacrifice another creature or an artifact and it deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That's quite nice. That reminds me of Dark Souls, the kind of the guys in the Elite armor. It gives you that kind of look there. It looks like a sort of kind of a real sort of tough cleric with that mace just coming at you. That's quite nice, I like that. Heraldic Banner. So 3 cost, as it enters the battlefield, choose a colour, and creatures you control of the chosen colour get +1/+0, and you get to tap it for a mana of the chosen colour. Again, that's quite nice. That's a little different. That makes it actually a little nicer than the normal standard tap artifacts for any mana of any colour. You should get a little bit more out of it. The Glass Casket. So when it enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or less until it leaves the battlefield. Okay, so it's kind of sort of a bit of a... You're going to leave until this goes away. And then a Giant Killer. So it's a 1 cost for 1 planes. So its standard one is for 2 cost, tap target creature. Or for Chop Down's Adventure, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, and then the standard is exile this. Okay, that's kind of nice. Not really my cup of tea. I'm not really much of a white player, but I do like that. That's nice. A Swamp. Again, nice artwork on that swamp. I am sad to see that we're not getting any more of these like really nice full art lands, but I suppose at least they're changing up the artwork. And then another thing about Magic Arena. So, final pack. Let's, fingers crossed, come on, let's give you a bit of a rub for good luck. And let's hope that we get something nice in here. So, still no Planeswalkers, still no Mythics. Let's hope this can tick off both of those boxes in 1 pack. So, Witch's Cottage, Merfolk Secret Keeper. Rimrock Knight, Queen of Ice, 3 adventure cards on the bounce. Reeve Soul, a Crystal Slipper, Ardenvale Paladin, Sporecap Spider, Vantress Paladin, Embereth Shieldbreaker, so destroy target artifact. That's pretty much all it has with its adventure. Trail of Crumbs, when it enters the battlefield, create a food token, and whenever you sacrifice a food, you may pay 1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library, reveal a permanent card among them, and put it into your hand, with the rest on the bottom in any order. It's kind of nice. Lucky Clover. If you cast an adventure, instant, or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Ooh, there's still a few cards left. Might be in luck here. So, Faebora Elder. It says Vigilance. It gains +1/+1 for each colour among permanents you control. And for each colour among permanents you control, add 1 mana of that colour. It's quite nice. A Forest, and I feel I've got a foil in here. Let's hope for something good. Oh, Corridor Monitor. That's it. It is a nice foil, actually. Again, when the light hits that centre bit, that is really, really nice. And this is when it enters the battlefield, untap target artifact or creature you control. And then another human token, and that is it. So, sadly, no mythics there. Obviously, the rares from the packs, we will go back through, and any foils. So, let's have a look at these. So, again, what we just saw there, the Fairborough Elder, and the Corridor Monitor foil. Got here the Witching Well, and the Folio of Fancies. And this one, the Stonecoil Serpent. The Golden Egg foil, which is actually really nice, and the Midnight Clock. I do think I'm going to have some fun with that. It's a little different. Piper of the Swarm. The Giant Killer. The legendary creature, the human wizard there, Gadwick the Wizened, or the Wizened, whichever way you look at it. And then finally, the Stormfist Crusader. So sadly, a little bit of an uneventful one there. Got a couple of foils, which wasn't too bad, but no mythics on there. I will hopefully pick up a few more packs of these and then get another video uploaded when I can. So yeah, but otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, sort of hit me up in the comments if you have any questions or any other sort of questions about what I've pulled, or if you want me to review anything else. Also, let me know if there is sort of like anything you like about the channel, you don't like, if there's anything I can do better. I'm always looking for advice. Obviously, I'm still fairly new at this. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope you like and subscribe. And also, if you want to know when I'm uploading the videos, check out my Instagram, and it is below in the description, and you'll be able to see obviously when I should be posting the videos. And also, I tend to post on there what sort of stuff I've bought, which hopefully a video is normally up within a few weeks afterwards. But yeah, thank you very much, and goodbye.